Yeah, what's good, gang? What's happening, fam? Good to see you guys. Another news trade today. Or not. We're gonna talk about it. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's have some fun. As always, let's learn something. Let's become a little bit better every single day. Okay? And let's crush it. Hope you guys are doing well. Umberto, my man, good to see you. Benar, Dion, Praveen, Cookie, Funbucks. Yes, sir. Nice. Gavin, that is Euro. Shout out to you guys, man. The team, the legends. Atomic, Thomas, Dominic, Chill Out, Pocket, Malaysia, Abakababli, Abdul, Gameplan. "12 minutes left for the news here." Oh man, what a news. News. Every single day. Hope you guys can handle it so far. It has been a good one though, overall. We have been doing well. We have been doing well during the news. We are still surviving here. We're still surviving. Okay. Let's talk about the game plan today, guys. I hope you have your game plan ready as well. I hope you write your shit down. Super important. Okay. The only way you're gonna learn and become a better trader is to write your shit down on a day-to-day basis here. I know it's annoying. I know it's boring when you lose. And you still have to write your things down. But it is a must. Okay? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So, I might have to disappoint you a little bit today. A little bit. Because you guys know me by now. We have been literally trading the news every single time. Every single time. But, you know, we have to be realistic here, okay? You know, when, you know, you have to know when to trade news and when not to trade news. When to, you know, stay out of it and just wait for a reaction and take a trade based upon the news. And that's today, okay? Today is going to be a day where we're going to sit on our hands. At least I am going to sit on my hands and I'm going to wait for price to develop here. And the reasons why are, of course, you know, crucial. And that is practically that if you just simply look at the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday and the Thursday so far, we have been only ranging between 225 and 240. That's practically it, okay? We are literally in the middle right now of that exact range, okay? So anyone who says buy here or sell there, you know that anything can happen during the news here, okay? I can talk about all the confluences. I can talk about everything in that manner. You know, yes, the 10-year yield is holding up quite strong. That's overall okay. The dollar is also doing its job, holding up quite well on the daily time frame. You know, this is all looking quite good for, you know, the dollar and for the yield. And that is not really looking that fantastic for gold. At the same time, we're also moving up before the news here. So I would not be surprised if we would move down, to be honest, and heading towards the 216. But, and there is a but here, okay? Look at what we have been building above here as well, okay? We have been building a bunch of liquidity above here. We know that we also have that massive gap still above there as well. There are also enough reasons for price to move up here. So, no risking for the biscuit today, okay? You know, I want to make money just like you guys. I like action. I like to put on my shades for the news as well. But today I'm going to just sit on my hands here. We're going to make sure that, you know, we trade after the reaction. I think the best opportunities occurred after. Same as yesterday, okay? Yesterday we took a news trade, nothing happened, but we still managed to you know, end up positive and had a really nice overall trade here, you know, after the news came out. So, you know, today I expect practically the same thing here, okay? I think the best opportunities occur outside of this range regardless, okay? So to come back to the news and the actual game plan here, okay? Asia and London. Ranging around the Sunday Open, by far the most interesting level of the week, as most trades occurred around it, okay? We saw a sell-off during the London Open, of course, not after manipulating first the Asian highs, right? The Asian highs were manipulated, and then we saw a reversal play here. Okay, so just to give you that perspective, this week was by far the most interesting week around this 235. The 235 was the level where by far the most trades, were executed, number one, where by far, the most action, the best trading opportunities occurred as well, okay? Look at how we tapped into it on a Monday. It was a nice breakdown here. On a Tuesday, how we, had a small bounce, and then we came down, we flipped it, and we came down. It was a beautiful trade. On a Wednesday, yesterday, we had that short trade right here. We took that short when we saw that reversal. And now, again, you see on a Friday that during Asia, you bounced from it. And then on a London Open, after the Asian high was manipulated, we broke below it and we came down continuously, falling below. So by far, below the 235, the Sunday Open here, the opening price of the week, best trades this week so far, okay? So overall, we have been forming a serious range throughout the week. With the news not being as active, I expect today to break out of this consolidation. We are currently in the middle of the range. Therefore, there is not a clear sign of direct trade opportunities before the news, even though the dollar and yield are starting to look strong. If price shoots up during the news, I will pay very close attention to see what happens between the 235 and the 238. Okay, and I'll tell you in a second why. If price breaks below the 225, I am tempted to look directly for continuation shorts when retracing. Okay, also for a particular reason. So, psychology factor here, forced to be patient due to many conflicts. No need to force anything. We are in a flat weekly range. Best opportunities will occur right after. 225 is an interesting level, the point of control Friday. 239 is the weekly high. 241 is the previous weekly high, not low, but high. And then 216 is the previous weekly Friday value area low. That's going to be a super important level to look at. The 216, could also be a really nice target as well, but let's see how price develops here. Okay, so far we're shooting up. One scenario that could be, but I'm not going to take it today, but it could be, is that we do this, okay? We are coming back to the Sunday Open. We shoot around the top here, okay? And rather than taking out the highs, we just flip. We flip average. I really think there is a potential scenario where this could occur, okay, in 5 minutes from now. Why? Well, look at this 30-minute candle right now, okay, and look at how we're pushing up again. Very similar to yesterday, but again, in this time, I do believe that we're just building up. The liquidity to just potentially flip and turn around here. So I would not be surprised if buy stops get activated and we flip here. But the reason why I'm not taking it today is because of all that liquidity that's sitting above these key levels as well. Okay, last time when we took it and when we had that perfect trade where we flipped, where we missed it on 1 pip, was because of the fact that we knew that the highs were taken out before. And that was a key component for us to at least make sure that there is just less reason for price to move up here. Okay, that's by far the best way of looking at it from my angle, from my perspective here. So I think that's the plan. All right, that's the plan. Next is, what website do you use to write down your play for trading? I use TradeZella. It also can track your trades and all that stuff here. So it's very clean, very nice. You can even import your trades if it's not automated. So it's very, very clean. Overall, I really do like it. And it's just a great way for myself also to use and utilize when I can reflect back upon a Friday rather than having it like all these Word files, on my computer and stuff, which I always lose or, not take as serious as a clean plan here. Okay. Gio says no news. Yes, correct. My justification for sell, daily Fibonacci 618, connect 1 Feb and 14 Feb low. Okay. 5 more minutes for unemployment claims. More than the unemployment claims, by the way. We have also the actually the most important news. It's the PCE core price index here. This is going to be by far very, very important. Okay. This has to create some sort of breakout today. I would be very surprised if you do not break out of the range on this particular day here. Okay, very, very important. So yes, initial jobless claims as well. Then later we have the PMI. The Chicago PMI is not as important as the initial jobless claims though. And tomorrow we have the ISM, the Euro CPI, and then again next week, fam, another week full news. A lot of news here, okay? The ISM, the dual job openings. We have, you know, Uncle Jerome testifying as well. You know, asking questions. Super boring, by the way. You don't want to listen to it. You know, you will fall asleep. ECB press conference as well. You will definitely fall asleep there. Not gonna lie, we have done it before. And then the NFP. So hope you guys are ready for next week, because next week is gonna be a wild week of trading also live, and potentially taking some nice news trades as well during during the streams. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out here. Okay. Let me open MetaTrader as well. Let's get this sorted. Boom. And yeah, man. Let's see what price does here. Okay, let's see what price does today. I hope you guys get it. All right, I hope you guys understand why. You know, this is a flat range. We're in the middle. We're pushing up. That makes me always a little bit suspicious, right? When price moves up, you know, to the Sunday open before the news here. Okay, you know, that could result in some sort of reversal play. But man, you know, look at all these highs here. Okay, let's imagine that I would place a limit order today and I would put it on the Sunday open, let's say. Then I have to place my stop above the, you know, above the highs, and then I have to target the 216. I mean, it looks tempting. It looks tempting. It looks tempting, but no. Sometimes you know when to take it and when not to take it. You know, that's it. It's really straightforward. We're gonna find out. We're gonna just see and watch what we're gonna do here. Okay. I'm telling you, short big time. Well, good luck. Short it. Short it. Hey, Lorenzo, can you show the indicator use for the days under the PA? So I just do this manually. But the indicator we use for this lines here right there, okay? Highlighting the sessions is an indicator in our Discord you can get for free, okay? Use it for the 30-minute and 15-minute, okay? It's optimized for the 30-minute and the 15-minute, and it shows you also the Sunday open here. And you can see how important it is and how you respond around these key levels as well, okay? So you can look and go into our Discord and go to the announcement section, and then from there on, you can look at it and you know, integrate it, and it will be constantly updated every weekend. So every weekend I do updates or integrate some updates, fix the bugs and stuff. So if you have any feedback, let me know in the chat, or let me know in the traders chat in Discord. Click on this link right here, and it's free. The free indicator. Just click on it and get it, and we improve it. Okay. Lorenzo, do you look at the news? No, I don't look at the news. No. Is there news today? There we go. Pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. It's gonna be, is it gonna be one of those shorts? One of these reversal plays? Yeah. Let's see. No. Yeah. No. We'll find out there. Lorenzo, do you believe on a short long limit at the same time? No, I'm usually not doing both. Not doing both here. Yeah, we're pushing here. We're going up, Yeah. There we go. Are we gonna take out the liquidity here? Are we strong enough to take out the liquidity? Let's look at the news real quick, the actual outcome of the news today. Initial Japanese scams came out. Bearish so far, I do not see the PCE price index yet. Okay, dollar pushing down. Nothing crazy, but pushing down. Yeah, there we go. We're pushing up here. Okay, we're taking out the liquidity here. So I think it's a good. We made a good decision not trading news today. Okay, I would never place long here. That's number one. The only trade I've really taken was an entry around the Sunday open and then target the lows. Yeah, I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy with the decision. Okay? Know when to trade news and when to stay out, man. It's just one of these days here. Okay? You guys know I love trading news now. But only when it makes sense. Okay? We're taking out the liquidity. Like we said before, okay, if price pushes up here, then what we're looking for is the following. We are waiting to see what price will do between the 235 and the 238. We're now at the 238. So let prices do its thing here. And we're going to see exactly how price responds and how we close this next 15-minute candle. And then we will have much more information already, to see what the actual outcome going to be here. What I do like the fact that we're taking out the highs right now. Look at the book map here. We have indeed some orders still placed above here. This could be some sort of iceberg as well. Let's see. A lot of volume, of course. A lot of volume. So, yeah. Good. Let me quickly see if everything is working fine here. I don't see why. Do you guys see the original thumbnail or is it a different thumbnail? Let me fix it real quick. Let me see. Okay. There we go. Should be fixed. All right. Let's wait for this closing, fam. We would have lost otherwise. We would have lost we would have lost if I took the trade here. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the patience, not the trade today. The problem is just the reason why, right? And just to clarify, usually we take trades, and why not today? Well, this was much more trending here. If you look here from the open to the high here, we're talking about 220 pips, okay? This particular week, we're talking 140 pips. Very flat range here. It's a big difference. It's a big difference, okay? When we were coming down and we had that trade, for example, same thing as this one right here. We were trending down, we came up aggressively, and we sold off. Same thing. It was a much bigger range. A much bigger range to look from. We were much more trending, okay? When you're this flat, it starts to get very tricky because there's liquidity built on both sides here. So you can try to force a sell there and then look for further continuation. But now the highs are taken out. Let's imagine that we're pushing down again and we have a closure. Hey man, this might be still reversal play, right? But now we then at least know that the highs are taken out, which is a big difference. So that's something to look at and to take in consideration as well here. So yeah, a lot of people were short as well, right? I saw some guys in the chat. It could still come down, but I would definitely be very careful. Okay, I'll be very careful here. Let's sit on our hands, wait for closure, and look what we can do here. We're pushing. Core PC came as expected. Core P, yeah, month over month and year over year. So that's interesting. You don't see that often, especially not in regards to the energy and food prices. Initial jobless claims came out worse than expected here. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy overall here. The only thing that's interesting here to look at is that the dollar is holding up quite strong. But the yield as well, like also, the yield as well. So gold is forcing that impulse to the upside right now. And this is always interesting. Always interesting to look at. Why don't you wait for the 1 hour rather than the 30-minute closure? I look at the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour. It all depends on the structure of the candles, the candle formations, the price. Where are we at? There are a couple of different reasons, the different variables right there. Okay. News was the same as the forecast. Why is the dollar coming down? Because the initial jobless claims, these were apparently worse than expected. So a little bit more people unemployed in that manner that are still active in the labor force. That has potentially an effect, but I don't see this as something really drastic here. You look at how the yield is holding within that range. Really, really clean. And how the dollar is also holding up really nicely around this low. After actually creating a low, a high, a higher low, internal higher high, and then not breaking the low. So gold is really forcing right now all the stops right here to be hit, right? Like there is so much liquidity, like we said before, above it and below it, by the way, but also definitely above it. Look at what we have been building here. I'm not gonna lie, this is where the best short opportunities come from. Right at the top, when everyone thinks it's bullish and we're gonna go up forever, this is where the best shorts opportunities are aligning here. Okay, we are still, or we right now currently at the previous Sunday open of the February 4th. So the high of February 4th, which was a super important range because that caused a massive expansion here. I'm gonna highlight this level just to see how we close there. Which is at 242. 241.6 here. RSC. Okay. Whew. Overall, the expansion of the last hourly candle was roughly 130 pips. Very, very weak bottom wick there. No, man, this could be a short. You know that? Let's see. Why? Well, look at the 10-year yield. Look how good it's holding here, and look at the dollar. Look at how good it's holding as well. So low, strong expansion, higher low, strong expansion, higher low. Not a single break of structure to the downside, not a single reversal. We're kind of getting bought up right now, right here. I mean, this is all very interesting here. And if you look at the 10-year yield as well, very, very similar. So, okay, this is important, but yield is much more neutral, but it's not looking that weak. It's not looking that weak at all. So, it's gotta be the closure, man. That's what we're gonna look for. Ryan, Lorenzo, will so much liquidity below? Would it make sense to sell a very small quantity of gold, say 0.1 lot for a 1-to-1 target, since a fall seems inevitable sooner or later? Where would your stop loss be, Ryan? Let me know. It's a good question. We'll be interested in then your actual entry, stop loss, and TP. We can highlight, see if it makes sense, because it all depends. It all depends. So what I'm looking for is the closure of the 15 and the hourly, and just to evaluate from there here. Okay. Key levels of resistance are, of course, the 241, but also the 244. It was the previous high as well here. So there are a couple of levels we have to look at. Anything above the 244 is that gap, right? that immediate gap towards the 252. So that's a sweet spot scenario. That's a very, very clear gap. But anything below, for me, is still potential reversal play. Like a reversal scenario. Just to take out the highs and then still flip around here, or turn around here. If the dollar would have broken structure, let's say, and the dollar would have been actually breaking down here, going to the lows and actually showing us that we're looking weak, and the yield is actually doing the same thing. So breaking down out of this internal range, then I would be much more bullish and look for further continuation. There we go. Okay. When it's too drastic, it usually goes back to the previous levels, isn't it? It depends, right? So, I mean, look at the CPI of the previous expansion. Well, this doesn't look like it's coming back. Well, eventually it does, but, you know, a lot of people were trying to catch falling knives here. So, you know, we're trying to look for longs around here, around here, around here, even here, you know, and we kept going down. So it all depends, of course. But we knew at that moment, the dollar at least, had also that massive expansion. So that was at the 30th of February. Let's go to the 13th of February. Look at the 30th of February here. That was a massive expansion. You don't see that today. Today, you just see the dollar actually creating a minor expansion to the downside, but still holding below the low. That's a key difference, right? So the key difference between the CPI here, where we aggressively sold off, and the dollar here is a big difference between today, where the gold is moving up very strong, but the dollar is actually not responding to it. So that's interesting. And that's why I think waiting for a closure right now on the 1 hourly is in my opinion, the most logical thing to do here. And just see what the key levels are, where do we close, and is there any chance that we might place a reversal play here? Ryan, let me know if you're still here. You had a great question right there. Grant, has a US trader tried signing up for XAU using a VPN, have done a withdrawal? There is no KYC requirement for anything. There is, I believe, a KYC requirement now for XAU, but I'm not 100% sure for the US or how it is with the US here. So it all depends, I believe, on where you're from right now. So it's a good question. Maybe somebody in the team knows it. Okay. By the way, if we're moving to the 252, shorts. No doubt. But I don't see it getting there, to be honest. Right now at the moment. I don't see it getting there. Before the closure, at least. Yeah. Indicator is in our Discord. Go to the announcement section. You will get it there. Okay. We will utilize this as well. Still pushing, man. We're still pushing. Oh, right. Now we're seeing the 10-year yield going. Now we're seeing some stuff happening here. Dollar is still holding. Yield is coming down. Let's see if you take out the lows here. Okay. All right, 246 now. Yeah, I'm happy we didn't take that trade. That would have been a stop out. So good decision. Yeah, if the two, but it's all about the closure, right? So we have like 12 more minutes left for that actual closure. So, you know, we can push up now and then aggressively come down and close still below that key level of 244. So, hey, anything is possible before closure. You guys know it, especially after news, especially after the hourly candle. So, let's see. It grabbed the liquidity from the daily low. Why would you try to short? Because there is a massive gap below the 2025 as well. And because the dollar and the 10-year yield are still holding above daily support and daily demand. That's one layer. Which is a very important layer actually. And at the same time, just look at this expansion here, okay? You know how many trapped buyers are also sitting up here, still from that initial move, if they're not already liquidated here. But a lot of trapped guys sitting up around the 252-ish level. So I'm definitely taking it also very, very serious. The way we have been like pushing down overall. Let me quickly remove these levels here. You know, the way we have been overall still holding up very, very strong here. Now pushing into these highs. So yeah, there are a couple things still to look at. Lorenzo, you take imbalance as a resistance. I do not take it as a support or resistance. I just take it more as a target, right? It's more of a target to me. So where for people it's usually an entry, like the fair value gap, imbalance, whatever you want to call it. I see this more as a potential target, but it all depends on your strategy. So whatever you prefer here. Okay, now we're starting to look weaker here. So now it starts to slow down. The last 50-minute candle opened without a bottom wick as well here. Yield is pushing though. Yield is pushing aggressively now. Had a kind of a lagging response, right? So before it didn't do really much. Dollar is still holding. Let's look at the 1 minute as well for the dollar. This is important though. This is indeed potentially important break now. So yeah. Lorenzo, isn't the data for gold positive? Yeah. How can I develop a daily trading game plan like you do? Very simple. What I personally look for, but it all depends on your strategy. What I personally look for are a couple things, okay? Especially trading New York. This is specifically for New York. It all depends on how you trade. If you trade London, you specifically look at Asia. So what I do is, I have the same template, write down my pre-market game plan number 1, all right? Gold, whatever you trade. Asia, London. I want to know what happened in previous sessions, okay? Usually I can see some sort of, patterns there, some similarities there based upon the data here. Very important for me when I reflect back on my week. Is there news, yes or no, okay? Like the basic information here. Then I talk about my specific scenarios, my setups, potentially what the key levels are I'm looking for, where my trades are going to be. And then I always place at least some sort of psychological, topic there, a little bit of a key highlight, just to make sure that I'm actually, following my own rules. So if I write something down, I have to follow that. And I cannot just do something random. And if I do, then I reflect. Then it's like, okay, why did you do that? What's the reason, behind it? Then I write down my key levels and I make sure I always have these screenshots ready before and after the stream. So after the stream, I'm updating the screenshots to see where price eventually came to. And then I see if it aligned with my overall pre-market game plan. And based upon that information, I have exactly what I need. I think it's an absolute key for you to write down your game plan on a day-to-day basis here. I have already seen many guys and I got many messages in our Discord. Privately also saying, hey, listen, man, the moment I start writing, everything down, that's where I have felt much more relief. I had much less stress and I started to see the market much more clear. I have much more focus when actually analyzing, because when I write things down, you kind of confirm your bias, all right? Same thing as when you are learning something. Let's imagine you want to learn a language. Then what I think is important is to write things down. So what I do when I want to learn a language, I'm writing words down because I know that when I write it down, it's just easier for me to remember. Very similar to trading. Very similar to trading. Anyone knows what site Lorenzo uses to see the news? I'm using investing.com. Investing.com. You can use Forex Factory. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Crazy push. Now we're starting to see that the 10-year yield is actually, reversing here after a very lagging response. It's kind of interesting. The gold was actually front running the yield, and the dollar, yes, is kind of doing not much. It's kind of stagnating right here. Okay, so we have 4 minutes until the hourly, man. I now just hope that two things either happen. We're gonna go up to the 252 now. We just literally go as high as possible, coming back to the top range, right here, right into that range right here, and we potentially look into a trade from there, or we close below the 244, below the 245. Sorry, it's a 244. Let me see. 244.7. So that's the only thing. That's the thing I am personally looking for right now, as of right now. What does your indicator show you? Only highs and lows. It shows soon indeed the highs and lows, the opening price of the week, and the daily day-to-day session, including, if you want to have this solved as well, the New York opening and closing lines as well. So you know exactly what happens on each particular session. And this is going to be super important for when we're implementing LTA concepts, because we want to measure volume. And you have seen how effective it has been over the last weeks. You can see it right here as well. And it's always measured between sessions. So for Forex, it's 5 to 5. Futures is 6 to 6. Gold is also 6 to 6. So the opening and closing price here. And that's practically one big daily candle right here. Daily candle, daily candle. Yeah, we're going, man. It's crazy. Wild. One hour no bottom wick. I see a... Yeah, it's a very weak bottom wick though. It's like microscopic. All right, I don't want to have these dirty jokes right now, but yeah. Anyways, it's indeed not that strong. That's for sure. We've never really seen a pullback indeed, even after the or before the news as well. So on the 50-minute, we are also forming that same expansion without a bottom wick, so that's key. That is important here, but we have 1 minute left. 1 minute left here. If gold says closing candles above 250, we are onto something new for the first time in a long while. Yeah, so obviously today was the day where we actually gonna break out. Finally, right? We wanted to see that happening during GDP. We were still within that range. Today was finally that breakout moment here. All right, we have the hourly closure, fam. Right in the middle of that gap here. Okay, let me quickly look at this day here. So this is Thursday, this is Friday. Massive day, by the way. Wow. This was a full week. I think this was a full trading week right here. Let me see. So let's say the Thursday, right? The Thursday is where we expanded here, and then the Friday is when we started to reverse. Today is Thursday. The value area low of this range right here is a level to look at, which is right in the middle of the range at 248.1. Where did we close? Oh, look at that, fam. Look at that. We closed right below it. closed right below it. Yield still has some room though. Yield has a little bit of room to go. Somewhat to this level here. Very low is holding us here. Okay. Dollar is holding up quite nicely. Like how far are we away from? Let me see real quick how far we are away from relevant right now. This one is good. So the fact that we're actually holding below the value area low is super key, because this is an important level for us as well here. You can look at this particular zone. The way to look at it is you draw this particular range. We call this a fixed range. Okay, we go from the top to the bottom, but we highlight, making sure that we highlight the full on range as well. And then you give, you know, the full perspective of what the volume is traded in the opening and closing. So the moment you shoot up and you came down again. This is a very important level, the 248.19, and that's where we close below. Clockwork. Now I'm gonna go to let's go to lower time frame here. Now we still have a little bit of room to grow. Okay, so let's say the 10-year yield is here. Then it's time. Then it's time. So there is no need to force it still and try to catch the top here for me personally. The reason why is because the yield is still starting to push down aggressively. The dollar is still not showing any signs of reversal. You know, money comes from somewhere, right? So if it goes into gold, it has to come from somewhere or something else. That's why we're talking always about these correlations, positive correlations, negative correlations. It's holding very strong below it. But I'm not convinced that they're yet. So, hey Lorenzo, there's a weekly trend line from 2089 in gold. It's testing that right now. Okay, please check. Trend line from 289. Ah, okay, you're talking about this? I see what you mean. Also. The value area low is also lining indeed. If the yield is here, okay, and gold is still below the value area low, I'm shorting. I'm shorting. I'm shorting. But until then, I'll be patient. This is too forced right now, so too quickly, in my opinion. I think this is too much of a risk when thinking that we're topping out and reversing right away. I think that we're not there yet, and I base this on the 10-year yield. Staff says maybe it goes short now because thousands of people think we're gonna sit to that 250 level, so there's new liquidity in the making. I mean, yeah, we're very close, so why not tapping into the 250, you know? Like, let's see. Let's see. Euro says, are technical analysis or market fundamentals, sorry, are technical analysis or market fundamentals more important to you? The combination of both, but I do see the interest in the fact that I'm much more aware of the macro fundamentals, so the fundamentals spread amongst a longer period of time rather than, you know, on a shorter time span. The reason why is because I think that there is just so much manipulation happening around the news, a lot of inducement happening around the news, a lot of algos that are operating around the news, that I'm never taking news too serious in the very, very short term, unless it's a really significant difference in the terms of outcome and projection. But I'm definitely more, much more fundamental based on the macros, on the higher time frame, just not on the lower time frames. There we go. We're still pushing up, right? So it was tempting. We had the very low here. It was very tempting, but like I said, the 10-year yield is not there yet, and the reason why is because it's just there is still that gap. We are now coming to that key zone, though. Okay, and that's going to be an important one because it's daily support, number one. If you go to the daily, you can see that we're kind of holding up on the daily time frame. That's one layer. We have been taking out these lows. That's number one. We still have a really nice. We had that really nice formation there. We are coming into this low. We also have the Sunday opening. The opening price of the yield was around there as well. So we have a lot of levels there. A lot of confluence sitting around here. If you draw the fib from the low to the high, it's also the 70.5, 79%. So it is such a key level. And you could see that we were still roughly around there when gold was sitting and reaching that area of resistance here. And because the yield is still in no man's land, let's say, there's no need for me to look for shorts right now. And that's why we use the correlations, because we were talking about that lagging response before. This is a perfect example. So gold was already at a level while the yield was still in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a gap. And, if you see that confirmation from the yield bouncing off of a demand and gold is then in that top, then it gets interesting. So I think that's gonna be still the 250, 252, 251, 252 right here. We're actually now coming to that zone here. Okay. So let's pay just very close attention to how we respond. And it's much more important to look at the yield today than the dollar index. So, good job again, fam. Staying patient here, not trying to look for the top here. So what signal are we looking for? We're looking at a reaction in the zone for the 10-year yield. And then I'm looking for a reaction at the highs around the 250, 251, 252. The higher the better now at this particular moment. But let's see. So we're heading into that key zone here. We're coming very close, so let's see. Lorenzo, why do you want to short and not long? 200 pip move to the upside here. We're heading into a very, very key level, which is this zone. The risk to reward is just not as good. That means that I have to forcefully place my stop loss then under the wick of this candle. Yeah, in this case, it would have been great, fantastic. And I think that's roughly what from the entry, it would have been a flip. So yeah, it would have been okay. But for me personally, when I see that after a 200 pip move, to try to get 20 pips, it's just not working for me personally. I don't see the risk to reward there for me personally. From like a higher time frame perspective, when I'm looking at this range, so let's go back all the way back to that range here. This is a significant error consolidation. So we took out the liquidity there, we shoot up, we started to range, we created a lower low, we started to sell aggressively. So somewhat here, we saw just a massive expansion, and I think it was the, and confirm me, correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think it was the FOMC. There are many trap traders around this level in my opinion here. And the problem with that is that if there are many trapped traders sitting around these key levels, when price usually goes back, it becomes such an important point of interest for people that are shorting, or people that are already trapped in their positions, that I want to potentially get out on break even, that survived. Like there's just a lot happening around it. So when trying to go long just below it, when we already have seen the 200 pip move, for me, I don't see that risk to reward there. All right, the youth is now indeed into like our zone. We're starting to see that we're now coming back to that key level. And the dollar, I need to look at the dollar as well. Dollar as well. Dollar is back at that the key level of support as well. So we're finally back. And we're bouncing from it right away. Also have this error of the month here. We have also this range here, right? So consolidation, expansion, retracement. I can already see we have to be patient today. So the next candle closes the 30-minute. And that's also the New York Stock Exchange open here. So this is going to be very good, very interesting. The NFP, okay. It was the NFP. Okay, yeah. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. From the, you know, the book map, right? Let's talk about the book map real quick. Small sellers, big buyer. Small sellers, big buyer. So it's still, you know, there is still demand, okay? There is still demand. People are still willing to look for particular buys around here. But the higher you start looking for buys here, the more difficult it gets. I mean, the more, yeah, risky it gets as well here. Look at that expansion. The New York Stock Exchange is going to open up right now. Many layers. Now let's go to the futures chart. Look at the delta here. Let's go to the 50-minute, by the way. Let's do that. Sellers coming, stepping in. Buyers are not willing to buy above the 258 on futures. Sellers are stepping in. Most volume traded was around the 256, which is the 247. The value area low is still holding, right? You can see that the value area low is still acting as that volume spike, as where a lot of trades were placed before. You can see that's also on the footprint. Minute. The price is pushing up aggressively. The delta is negative. That means that sellers are starting to step in here. Look at the futures chart real quick as well. Dollar is in demand. We have that 4-hour resistance as well here on futures. I would definitely not neglect this. Okay, that's why it's important to start looking at the futures chart as well, not just the spot chart. It has also an impact, an effect. This is the 4-hour. The 4-hour closes in 39 minutes. 259. That's why you can see that the buyers are getting exhausted too. That's the conclusion. Buyers are getting exhausted here. Massive resistance here. Let's go to the lower time frame. And this is the futures chart, but it's important also for us right here. Let's go back to the 5 minute. $259 at resistance. We started to flip at this zone, so we were expanding here aggressively. So the closure of this zone here was roughly, I need to see which closure it was. 255 was that closure. That's a key level. That's 247. And it's roughly here. So it's about this level right now, 247. For me personally, the 247 is where we will potentially see a follow through. If we start breaking this, the yield is looking better. It's gonna be hard to break the 259 for futures as well here. It's gonna be hard to break that one. So I would not be surprised if we flip here. Let's see. Will not be surprised here. Buyers are still here. So the buyers are still willing to get in. So there is no confirmation yet. Lorenzo, how to open a candle on footprint in TradingView? It's not on TradingView. It's called ATAS software. We will talk here. We'll talk for it. So what it is, it's just the order flow, right? It's the real order flow behind the charts. And it's super important to use. I don't use it all the time for every single trade, but I use it for when you're seeing, for example, massive expansions in the market. Then what I'm trying to look for is where are we are we actually getting exhausted, or are buyers still willing to step in? That's the only thing I'm looking for. What is the key difference between buyers and sellers? What is the delta telling me? That's the net difference. Where did the delta went from positive to negative? In this case, was this candle right here. Okay, this was at 45. So, yeah, what, like 35 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago? 45, we saw that closure of that particular candle. And after that, we started to see a negative delta. That's when sellers were starting to come in. But now you see that the volume is significantly coming down here. So you also want to see more volume. I think below the 255, if you see an increase in volume, it's for me for sure a sell. Why? The 10-year yield is in support. The dollar is also looking quite solid here. Let me look on the 5 minute. Yeah, we're holding up in that range. We're holding up in this range as well. So the dollar, the yield, both are looking like we're holding, for now at least. And, you know, on the futures chart for gold, you can see clearly that we are now in that exact 4-hour resistance as well. So we have this 4-hour resistance. We have 30 minutes for that 4-hour closure. And yeah, like, you know, hope you can understand. So the 255 on futures is 247 on spot. So that's around this candle right here, this particular zone. And we saw that we came up and we bounced from this candle as well. So it makes sense that if you close below here or you start coming down below and there is more volume, that shorting is definitely something we could do here. How do you read those numbers? So we have the LTA concepts coming out next month. Okay, volume is everything. So volume and price, we have been talking about it. Structure, it's gonna come. And we're gonna talk a lot about it on stream also. So, you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna close down our V3. This is our private group in our Discord. It costs you $100 to get in. We close on the 7th of March. The first guys that are gonna know about LTA, the full concept, the playbook and everything is gonna be in Discord. And we're gonna have a complete reorganization. And then, yeah, we're gonna of course continue with the streams and then just crush this system on stream. So there is a kind of a beginner's, you know, approach, an intermediate approach like we're doing now. And then the advanced approach is the combination of this with, and let me make sure this is highlighted, combination of this with, yeah, the order flow, the actual order flow behind the scenes. How to read and understand the footprint. Why is it so important? How to understand the heat map, the time and sales, the depth of market. How to combine that with volume and price. And it's not as hard as you think it is, actually. They make it seem so extremely complicated, but they want you to believe that it's extremely complicated. But it's not. It's just you need to look for a couple things and then you know exactly how to leverage it. So where to get in? Get into our Discord. Click on Get V3 Access, sign up before the 7th of March. $97. Okay, we're flipping here. So yeah, we're seeing now that the weakness coming. Okay. We know that this is our key level. We also know now that anything below that key level is, if there is volume, is where we short. And we have the 30-minute closure now in combination with the New York Stock Exchange as well, open. So I would not be surprised if we do something like this. Can someone please explain how is order flow of gold in the futures market centralized relevant to gold spot, where we cannot see the order flow? Yeah, so there's a difference in price, right? But there is not a difference in the actual expansions and the retracement, and the overall market structure of the charts are really similar. So when you understand the futures data, you can definitely utilize this for spot as well. You just need to know, well, if we are looking at 255 on futures, we need to know that, okay, that's the 247. So you just need to make sure you're synchronized and that's it. Overall, it is super relevant. And that's how they do it, okay? They have, you know, the CFDs, and that's a contract on a contract. So therefore, some brokers prohibit you from seeing that information. And that's why we have to utilize the futures data to get that information, which is completely fine also. But not many people then tend to use it when trading, you know, on MetaTrader and stuff, because they feel that, you know, yeah, it's not accessible. So It's called ATA Software, ATAS, and Bookmap. $97 a month? No, one time, man. It's always the question again. Oh, it's not $97 a month? No, it's one time. People are like, oh shit, that's crazy. What are you guys doing? Are you guys in sells already? Are you guys still in your buys? Are you guys stopped out? Because I know there were many sort of... Well, just be honest, right? Just be honest. Okay? Be honest with yourself as well. If you got stopped out, then also be honest. Don't always try to show off, because you're always quiet when you're losing. Okay? You're always quiet when you're losing. I want to see more honest people here in the chat. More honest losers, okay? I'm like, yes, this guy, he has the potential. He has the potential. He can admit his loss, which is completely fine and completely normal, okay? Completely part of the game. All right. Jamshad Kargar says, look what Jamshad Kargar says. He said, give me information. Give me information. Like sucking your energy out. Like, give me, take, give me. More. Give me more. Yeah, look, buy, sell, gold now, buy. Sell, gold. Give me more. But to answer your question, I'm actually looking at the 247. 247 is a key level to look at. And we're waiting for this turnaround actually. So we're actually coming very, very close. All right, now we're getting somewhere, fam. There we go. 255, right, on futures? 247 on spot. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. No entry yet, but I'm very close. What is the pip counter called? It's magic keys. I think it's integrated this the same way here. Okay, guys, so we're heading into a trade. Dollar, okay. Nice flip, hourly. Yield. Starting to flatten out here. Still decent. It's okay. Not too crazy. We obviously filled to close this next candle below the 259 on the futures market as well here. We have the 4-hour closure coming up. That's important. I'm gonna be extremely patient today, man. I'm telling you guys already, but you guys know it already. We're not always patient, but today we are. $35. So I'm not in yet. I'm just checking some stuff here, okay? The 4-hour closure is still coming, and that's coming in 20 minutes. So what if the 4-hour candle, we utilize the 4-hour candle futures right here, okay? So that's it. We're looking good. Everything is looking solid for a short. The last thing that's actually truly the final thing that I'm looking for is, because you're gonna see this a lot. The 4-hour closes and it comes up first. And it will probably come up one more time to the highs here, the 250-ish. So either we take a trade now and we put our stop loss above the 252, or we wait for the 4-hour closure and the next candle comes up and we enter in that top wick of that next candle, you know, where we're pushing up here. And we're going for the flip. We have some news in 5 minutes. Yeah. 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 4-hour closure, man. That's last. That's the deadline. The deadline. Okay. That's the deadline. That's the deadline. I actually hope we do not come down already. Okay, we have news in 5 minutes. The 4-hour closure. And look at our futures chart as well. The 4-hour closure is so important. Why? Because, you know, imagine a new 4-hour can open up. You see, how many times do you then see that if you are below resistance that you come up and you flip it? Lorenzo, we have medium news in 5 minutes. If you can get a wick entry around the 49.5 would be nice. Yeah, the value area low is holding so far very, very nicely though. Eh? It never disappoints us, that's for sure. It never disappoints us. Four-hour candle has 3 more hours. Yes, on the spot market, okay? On spot it does, but on futures it doesn't. On futures we close our 4-hour candle in 18 minutes. Okay, news in 3 minutes, fam. Get ready. At what age did you start trading? Early 20s. Like 6 years ago. 7 years ago already. Wow, it's already 7 years ago. 2017 when I you know, starting to really like, you know, understand it a bit better. Okay. And No, the last like 4 years was like just, no, that was like an all-in for me. Okay. You know, when you're like start out, you just up and down a little bit here and there. You know, you take it serious, you're curious to it, but you're not like full force yet. That's my phase at the beginning. Made a lot of mistakes as well. Made a lot of money. I lost a lot of money with crypto. Yeah, and then later on, then 2020, man, that was my game changer. That was really like the decision making for me here. Okay. All right, that's why we didn't enter yet, man. Woo, 4 hour. Where are we gonna close? I'm in sales with low lot size, stop loss 255. Hopefully next 4 hour pushes up and getting at an extra position. Okay. Man. We are synchronized here. So we were telling about the patience here and about just, you know, we're not patient that often. We're not as often that, you know, that patient, but sometimes it's just better. And today is one of these days. Let's also smash up the like button, fam. All right? At the same time. Thank you for the subs here. It's going absolutely nuts. I don't know what's happening, but it's just absolutely craziness lately. So I appreciate you guys. And we have news in 1 minute. Still pushing. Almost there, almost there. 1 minute to go. It's probably not going to be that important, but yeah, let's just see how it goes. 10-year yield is coming down still. Okay. Dollar trying to hold on. Trying to hold on. Negative as well. Okay. Okay, we have everything behind us. I hope you survived so far. Now it's time to get the party started here. 50 minutes for that last 4 hour closure. And yeah, man, it's going to be important. And you might think, why 4 hour? What? No, it's in like 2 hours, 3 hours. On futures, it's on 15 minutes. And you can see that the 259 on the gold chart on futures is major resistance right here. We could easily start breaking above it on the 4 hour, you know, and then just head into the 252 as well. Peter says, I've heard there's going to be Forex signals when LTA concepts comes out. Is that correct? Yeah. Can somebody please tell me where is he from? I'm from the Netherlands, bro. I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in Bali right now, at the moment at least. Yeah, this is bullish continuation. So Couple lessons for today's stream, for myself as well. So I'm always learning as well. Is what I've seen is that we also have to look at the futures chart sometimes. Where is the futures chart at? Are we, in critical resistance at futures? Is there anything else? What are the candle closures on this chart? Especially the macros. So like the 4-hour is important, the 8-hour, and so on and so on. And then at the same time, just understand, of course, that the news needs to get out of the way sometimes as well. And then, the closures also on gold here after such an expansion are just important. And my main lesson for myself is that I've never forcing myself to just get in right away and just to try to predict the absolute top, because usually it will go and work against me. So that's it. And not a sell yet. Okay. The next series level is the 252, so that's only gonna be 25 pips away. Then the stop loss needs to be there, so that that will be like a 0.8 to 1. I mean, it could be interesting if that's something that you like. If you like scalping and stuff, it could be. Pending home sales in the USA in 10 minutes. We have more news? No. Really? Okay, yeah, okay. No, I do not see this. No. Month over month. No. No, I don't see this as something really relevant right here. Especially not already after that move through. Bro, please check silver. Been asking it for a long time. Okay. We had a guy once on stream. He was only talking about silver as well. And I don't think that worked out that well at the time. Well, let's see. Okay, so you're holding it as the month still. You're still at the 70.5, 79%. It's actually super clean, by the way. And this is on the daily time frame. It's looking really nice. Also, I like this overall response. Just quickly here. That's on the daily. So I just quickly wanted to see what happens there. Now let's go to the 15-minute. What happened this week and the week beforehand? So let's see. Of course, we have mainly that zone. We opened bearish. We're now pulling back to the opening price. And you will probably see this happening here. So short term, overall bullish, higher time frame as well, looking very good. Short term, I'll pay very close attention to these two levels, 22.84 and the 22.94. So these are the two major levels here to look for a potential short. And then in regards to a long, anything around this range is interesting. So like anything, lower, maybe even lower, maybe even after the lows and then an internal break and then looking for longs again. Something like that would be nice because we failed to break the lows, to take out the lows here. But short-term short setup would be good. And then if you can flip this into support. No, yeah, sorry. You have to wait for price to get a little bit higher. Break really structure, like serious structure right here. Wait for a pullback. I think that from there you can already start looking for continuation trades also. So yeah, I just gave you a couple of scenarios, but it all depends on the first key level, which is going to be, I think, the 22.84 as your point of interest. Okay. Gold is stagnating right now. Gold is stagnating right now. We might get a trade, man. I mean, I hope so, of course. Let's see. Can I have a request? Can you also check silver every day? If there are really nice, clean setups on silver, sometimes we can check it out. But I do not think there is much interest for a lot of people to trade silver. I do like silver though. I do like silver, but it depends. Anyways, okay, so it's the settings of the fixtures for profile. It's 128 row size against 72 value area volume. So 128 and 72. Can you show us how to use it from where to where? Yeah, so we're going to release the LTA concept next month, so you will see everything. I'm very excited to share it. Been working on it a lot. It has been working extremely well for me and for a couple guys in our team. So I do have a video on my channel, like just explain the fixed range foreign profile, how you can utilize it. It's just a basic explanation, but it's I think quite relevant. Look at how the value area low. This is just as an example right here. We just drew the. So when going to the 30-minute, okay, we just drew the fixed range foreign profile from the 52 range. So if you zoom out, this was all the way back at the 1st of February. So the 1st of February till the 2nd of February. Why is that working? Let's see. Maybe it's the hourly chart. Okay, there we go. So we drew the fixed range foreign profile from that level, and you can see that there is like a pink line right here. It's called the value area low. And if you go all the way back to where we are now, you can break above it. We are unable to break above it, and we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left for the hourly closure. That's interesting, right? At the same time, when going to futures, we still failed to break above the 2059. If you look on the 4-hour, super key level right here. And the 4-hour closure is in 3 minutes as well. So it's very interesting to see where, you know, how price is moving around this level, and especially the 247. As you can see, that this is definitely a key level to look at right now. And if you manage to break below it and close below it, then hey, still willing to risk it for the biscuit, you could say. But the very low, as you can see, is extremely precise, right? To 248.180. If we manage to close here, you can see that all these closures were right below here. That's not coincidence. That's not coincidence. So it's gonna get volatile in the last 2 minutes here. Do you trade imbalances? Yeah, sometimes. Depends on the on each market. There were not specifically just imbalances. There were much more happening around it. But yeah, they are key. They are definitely important, and an important layer, also important factor of what we're looking for. Like, we are unable to push price higher now. And it has been now already an hour and a half almost that we cannot break above the 248.180. At least we cannot close above. The futures chart, we are unable to close above the 259. Unable. Yield is now starting to look weaker, so we cannot ignore that. But we are tapping into this low. So apparently this was not the low. This is now a next low. If we break below here, my bias changes. Yeah, changes definitely. But we are still there. We're still holding up. So 30 seconds left, fam. Dollar looking not that fantastic, to be honest, though. Like, but yeah, when looking at the closures here, we thought of Fibonacci real quick as well. 79%. Okay, week open. Hourly closure. 4-hour closure. We open directly bullish. All right, we're gonna get ready now. Dollar is still very, very weak. Yield is now support. Wait for a break below the 247. Yeah. News, yeah, it's not as important. No. No, this has to do more with the hourly closure here. And the 4-hour closure on futures as well. Some people are still interested in buying here. What I'm personally just looking for is the exhaustion print. That's it. The exhaustion print, pullback, short-term pullback at least. As I think the better risk to reward is on that end, rather than looking for buys and trying to get my stop loss underneath the 245. Target the 252, and then you're already gonna find resistance here. Like I'm just, you know, we have the value area low. We have no bottom wick now. The 4-hour has no bottom wick on the futures chart as well. Dollar is weak. That's the only thing that would say, okay, be careful. But why, if the dollar is coming down so aggressively, why is gold not coming up further? Why is gold not pushing through? Same for the yield. Because correlation is overrated. If you don't know how to use it, then yeah. That's true. Again, another tap into the 259. We're gonna be patient, fam. Like I said before this stream. Amir says, but reversals can be on the same day. Bro, based on what, bro? I can't, you know, I'm always trying to step away from like always, right? The always mentality. I need to come up with a word for it. I don't have a word for it yet, but I will come for, you know, with a word for it. In trading, nothing is always the case. That's just not true. You know, yes, sometimes there is a reversal on the same day. Sometimes there is not a reversal on the same day. It depends, bro. So that's the main reason personally why I just the way I'm looking at it now is just, okay, like number one, what are the key levels? Okay, we have one at 248, we have one at 252. Fantastic. Okay. What are buyers and sellers doing at these type of key levels? How do they respond? Okay. These amount of bids, these amount of asks. Okay. Interesting. Based upon candle confirmation, you can also kind of see what's happening here. Correlation to get a better understanding. Okay. Then the next question for me is, okay, how much volume is traded on each candle? So how much volume do we actually utilize here on every 5-minute candle or 10-minute or 50-minute candle, whatever. Okay, this amount of volume. Okay, volume is significantly high, okay, at 252, let's say. Okay, so then I ask myself the question, okay, volume is high at 252, yet we're not breaking through. Why is that? And I'm just asking myself questions. So I'm actually just confirming my own bias by asking myself questions. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? It's not that I want an answer. It's just, okay, it's interesting to see that this is actually happening. And what I'm actually doing is I'm just using my mind to just literally create a storyline, like a story of a trade. So when I enter a position and I have my game plan written down, I do the same thing. With my game plan, I write this also down. So I'm asking myself questions. Okay, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And so on and so on. And then based upon that, I can kind of get like a really, a good overview. So I'm literally, yeah. You're saying it amazingly. I'm guiding myself through the process of a trade. And what I've done before when I started out in trading, I didn't have that process in my head. And I just saw something and I wanted just to act based on what I saw. And that's it. So I see this, so I'm going to do that. Without asking myself the questions here, like, we understand that it's supply and demand. We understand that it's buyers versus sellers. If you sell something, somebody buys it from you, right? If you buy something from someone, somebody has to sell it to you. So it's an interaction play. There are always winners, there are always losers. So it's just that kind of that type of philosophy where I think we should think about more. And I think the best way to begin is to start out writing your shit down. Okay, I'm still looking for shorts. Hi Lorenzo, I just joined the stream. What are you about gold prices for tomorrow or next week? Will it come back to the 240? So let's say we close below the 247. Then I think that there is a big chance we will potentially come, continue at least down back towards the potential 240 range. With the 244 as something, and like kind of like a weaker in between level. Yeah. But the overall level is the 235 still. I do trade Monday and Friday, so I will be back on the live streams again, hardcore. I hope if you guys at least want that, we'll definitely be there more. It's just that we're gonna release our concept next month, and that I need some time to work on it and prepare for it and do my studies and make sure that everything is perfectly planned and executed. And once this is done, yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Absolutely. And the reason why is because Monday, man, I've seen just lately, and this is just my observation, so many good trades on a Monday. So many good trades on a Monday. And people are like, yeah, but Monday, manipulation day? I mean, yeah, but great trades, great trade opportunities on a Monday. Absolutely. So, yeah, right now I feel really with the streams and stuff, I found really the structure. It's really clear what the playbook is. And if it's not clear for you yet, it will be clear for you in the near future. So it's a very easy process that we can just go through together over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. I really like how we're looking at the 238 level, the value area low. And it's just starting to look interesting. It's starting to look very good now. We swiped the highs as well here. Oh. There we go. Gold traders and Lorenzo, read my previous chats from today and yesterday. I've been calling the markets almost perfectly. Hey man, good job, bro. Congrats. Congrats. There's a huge fair value gap in the candle. I think the market will sweep liquidity and then fly. Do you use the RSI? I have been testing it a little bit, but I have not been implementing it yet. I do not see really the need for it yet, but it could be interesting on, let's say, the higher time frames and stuff. Could be good. Could be interesting. But it depends on where we are and what swing points we are. What is important to mention though is the 4-hour candle. Look at how the 4-hour candle now on the futures chart. So this is that major resistance. We tapped into it again. Sellers are still protecting, let's say, the 259, right? Which is for us the 250 on futures. Sorry guys, need some energy again. There we go. Should at least see more one shot at breaking them highs here. So you see how crucial the 247 is, right? The 2047. So yeah, anything below, it's a nice volume and we're good. We're good. Let's see. Yeah, so far I'm happy with the decision making today still. Because yeah, if I would have taken a trade, it would have been stopped out, but number one. So we didn't take a news trade today. We always take news trades. So it's knowing when to take a news trade and when just not to take a news trade. I think that's also important sometimes to mention here. That it all depends on the market, the volume. The range. I don't know how many trades did we took. We took a trade. We placed a sell and we took 2 trades yesterday. One got activated. 2 days ago we took also 2 trades. One got activated. Today, hopefully, we can see. We can potentially look for one more move. Okay, look at the youth. Look at the youth. Okay. Last shot. Last chance. Last chance for the dollar and for gold. 252 would be absolutely perfect. Because then it gets very interesting in terms of risk to reward. Right, so will you be adding another pair or index in the future? For example, the US30. That's a good question. Let me quickly go to the US30 right now. Oh man, was that like, yeah, maybe. After the New York Stock Exchange open, yeah. Look at the value area low here. I don't have to say more. I don't have to say more. Yeah. I mean, we could always add on another chart as well. In the next streams, for sure. If you want that. It's going to be either the US30, the NASDAQ, or one FOREX pair. It's up to you guys. But hey, yeah. Volume, man. Volume is absolutely king. Every single time. Never disappoints us. We call this the magic touch right here. This is what we call the magic touch, all right? The value area low. More precise than fair value gaps and all that stuff. I'm telling you. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen it on stream. I know how many times you've seen it on stream. It's just, yeah, it's just unbelievable. Gold is doing the exact same thing now, actually. But there is not enough volume for gold to push price down here. But we're doing the exact same thing around the value area low here on gold as well. Lorenzo, do you think there's a core group of traders playing an inverse correlation between the bid and gold? This is the gold versus physical gold. So you also have the gold, you have an index for gold as well as you have the miners, the gold miners as well. So there are a couple of different charts actually. You know, you have multiple charts to look at. And what they tend to do is they tend to arbitrage the differences. So it's much more of a high frequency, short-term arbitrage play rather than it is an inverse correlation play. If that makes sense. Oh man, look at that. So we've been hovering right now the last 2 hours, roughly after the CPI move here. We have been hovering between, yeah, the 250 and the 240, the 247. It's starting to really look like we're getting in that exhaustion here. But if there is no continuation process here, there's nothing really we can do until that happens here. But it starts to look, you know, very interesting, right? You can see it clearly. Same thing on the dollar right now and also on the 10-year yield as well. So the 10-year yield is at last low. Anything below will be like an invalidation. It's exactly at the 4.23%. So that final low that we see here. And the dollar, same thing. Okay. The dollar, same low as well. Kind of holding, trying to hold up here. Much more impressed with the yield than with the dollar so far. But yeah. These two indices are at key lows, and gold is below the vel, and at the same time creating, you know, a lot of indecision or indecisive candles, you could say, right now. So the 247 stays the same level. Like the lower we go, the more you can see that we're starting to build here. Bro, it says Lorenzo just came back from dinner. It's the same level. It is the same level, right? But no, you can see how interesting that that level is right now. The 248.18. 5 minutes for the next 30-minute candle here. We saw a lot more volume coming in later. Was it that yesterday as well? Let me see. Did we see that yesterday? Open. Oh, sorry, it was not. There we go. Let me. That's why we have our tool. So this was a short trade. Okay. Not really on a Tuesday for sure. We saw a lot more volume coming in still later, even after the Sunday, or sorry, after the London Open. I want to quickly look at something else as well. Let's look at the last series expansion. That was the CPI trade that we took. You can directly see the correlation right here. Right? You flip it into support here, you create the low, and boom. This is also where we closed the Sunday Open, so you can see that this was exactly, should have been exactly around it. Yeah, we had a bunch more consolidation as well here on the 30-minute. Like actually a full day of consolidation here. But it was a 450 pip move, right? It's a little bit of a different approach here. This was a 170 big candle right there. Jack says, I really just want to make a good amount of money and buy a Nissan Skyline. Nice. Nissan. Nissan Skyline. Nice. Alison says, I'm in a short. Jay says, gold is ready to melt. Yeah, I would, yeah. Well, if there is more volume, then definitely, man. Definitely entering. Definitely. Definitely. We can actually put it a little bit lower. Now you can see clearly that this is the exact level. So what you want to see is this. You want to see a break and a more aggressive move with a breakdown. So not that like sneaky lower time frame, you know, liquidity building right here. No, no, no. We don't like that type of stuff here. We like to come up and come down before we take short. This is on the 1 minute though, so you know this is an easy one. Change the music. It's not music, guys. This is hypnosis right here. Okay. It's meant to keep you, you know, focused. Where would you place your TP on gold? I'd say 241, 240. Yeah, 240. Starting with 240 indeed. Yeah. Yeah, you guys think, yo, Lorenzo, where is your patient today, especially? I mean, hey, you can see it, right? We know exactly what we're waiting for. A break below the 246. A nice clean confirmation on the 10-year yield, for example, and then some volume. That's all we're asking here. So then just get higher and then just come down. Whatever. Do your thing. But at some point, the monthly candle, how is it? So yeah, good question. So let's do it. I think we flipped the candle. We flipped bullish. Let me see real quick here. We still have some time though. We still have some hours left here. So let me. Overall good, but there is a but. We saw indeed that rejection still from the monthly at the 264. So we're kind of in that range still. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see that the overall month has been good. Man, this shit is getting me. In a good way, in a good way. Bitcoin sitting at $63,000, fam. We came up as high as 65? Was it 65? 65,000? Man, you know what it means? 64, yeah, 64.5 here. Okay. Dude, that means bank. That means bank right there, okay? And a lot more bank in the near future. It's wow. It's just literally gradually going up. 10,000 Bitcoin bought yesterday, all right? 10,000 Bitcoin bought. There is roughly a daily supply of 900 Bitcoin, so a daily mine of 900 Bitcoin. 900 Bitcoin on a day today basically get mined right now. So we're talking 10-fold right there. Okay, massive. Massive. I think now it's starting, fam. Now we're starting to talk about it again. Like now people are starting to wake up and say, oh shit, that's faster than I expected to. Okay, much faster than I expected. So we might experience another 2021 run, okay, where everyone was making money, yet everyone got wrecked as well at the end, obviously, right? Exit liquidity, we call that. We call it the exit liquidity. I mean, it's gonna be different, man. It's gonna be different than last time. It's gonna be, in many ways, much more aggressive, and it's gonna be much different. And the reason why is because when we're talking specifically about the Bitcoin itself, right here, okay. You know, the fact that Bitcoin now is sitting at $63,000 does not mean by definition that it's going to be a big altcoin season. And the reason why is because of the fact that what happened before, institutions were not able to get in. You only had the Grayscale Trust, very complicated, very difficult stuff to get in, a very long process as well, very expensive. So when people are buying spot right now, so they're buying one of these shares, right, on the stock market, which then correlates to a Bitcoin spot holding. It does not mean that you can just, you know, literally sell it and then turn it and rotate that into the altcoins right there. Okay, so it's not as easy to just move that money into altcoins as before. So that's why you're going to see a massive gap first between Bitcoin and altcoins. I think the Bitcoin dominance will be much bigger. I think that Ethereum will follow up very quickly because of the Ethereum spot ETF and the frenzy around that as well. And I think that it will just take a little bit more time for altcoins to come up here. But once it goes, once it does, it does. But it depends on Ethereum. So for you guys, okay, that are interested in trading crypto and stuff, I mean, we have a team, we have a crypto community that is absolutely murdering the charts right here in a positive way as well. You can join us for free, by the way. It's a free Signal channel. You need to sign up in an exchange and deposit $100 on your account. So you use that money, that $100 that you then use, which is still your money. You use that to take then his signals. If you're interested in taking signals in the first place, if you're not interested, then just don't do it. If you're not interested in crypto regardless, just don't do it. But if you are, then I highly recommend to utilize it here. Update trading overview February. Portfolio grew 77.5%. Win rate 70.3%. 27 trades, 19 wins and 8 losses. There we go. And this is all tracked. Everything is executed and Tim is doing it. He's our crypto mentor. Okay. I mean, I'm telling you, crushing it. And not just Tim, okay? Also the people in our community here. So in case you want to know, hey, I'm interested in it, then just, you know, look at all these big fat winners from our guys right now. And, you know, literally, we have been talking about crypto for a year. Bitcoin was around 19K or something like that. 20, 21K. And we said, hey, listen, it's going to happen. It's going to go. And people are, yeah, no, it's gonna go to 10K. Could be. It didn't happen though, and it broke out. And once it broke above the 30K, we gained 100%. So Bitcoin actually from the 16 till now, the lows until now, I mean, you know, the numbers are insane. And nobody was paying attention. And now suddenly Bitcoin is at $63,000 out of nowhere. And everyone's like, what? What's happening? Well, there we go. There we go. I gotta be honest though, even it surprised me as well. I expected a much more of a slower, you know, growth until the Bitcoin halving, which is in April. Didn't expect such an aggressive move here, but yeah. We're gonna give it at least. I want to definitely give it until the London closure for sure. To see if the volume increases here. And the reason why, because it could be that the volume actually starts to come up again. We have seen it before this week. So I want to give it a chance. I want to give it an opportunity here. Okay. Airspice says, hi Lorenzo, I took a W on silver early London. When it came back to down below yesterday's value area high, it retested and I entered a sell using the POC as my TP. Great trade. Hey man, this makes me really, really happy, bro. It makes me really, really happy. Shout out to you, man. It's not about the win, it's about utilizing the volume profile and stuff. I really appreciate that. It's as close as magic we can get to. So yeah, love it, bro. Amazing. Lorenzo, is it sell or buy? I'm super neutral at the moment. Like it's a 252 to 247. It's nothing in between. So A or B. That's it. And we have 20 minutes for the London closure here. So yeah. So in case you're curious, are you exposed to the cryptocurrency market? Yes, I am. Heavily. Heavily. Okay. And if that is your question, what are you investing in? Now, so I realized one thing about myself for investing purposes is that I can try to just know everything about crypto and know everything about everything and just become obsessed with everything in the market. But to sum it up, there are 10,000 different cryptocurrencies out there, if not more. Whereas maybe a couple hundred of them are actually relevant, which is a lot, significant amount. So instead of for me looking at every single project and trying to catch everything and understand everything, I just decided to go for a narrative and to go for something that I can understand and something that I think retail can understand. And that's how I ended up in gaming, crypto gaming projects. Gaming is, in my opinion, going to be the next big thing. We're going to head in VR. VR is coming, AR. Everything is going to be interactive. The metaverse, people are already talking about it, right? Facebook changed their name for Meta. The Apple Vision Pro, like everything will become interactive here. At the same time, you know, they want people to sit at home wearing these goggles, whatever the case may be. I believe in the future of gaming. I think the gaming industry is going to absolutely rip and explode much more than it already does. And I think that people are tired and sick and tired of playing games and not being able to get paid for it and not being able to get a reward for the time spent in game. And I think that based upon a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of research, I just know we're at the verge of a massive, massive break. And I'm just looking at these projects and I'm like, yes, this is the narrative I'm focusing on. So I'm big on crypto gaming, you could say. Okay, so I'm putting my eggs in one basket, but it's a narrative. It's not as simple. It's not just one project. Hey Lorenzo, I bought Bitcoin with you at around 38k. Congrats, that was the perfect entry, bro. We nailed that entry. Congrats, amazing to hear. Only 10% is quantities left. Should I trill or should I just book and wait for the halving here? I think you're in an amazing position. I would hold it for now, unless if you already have taken out profits. But if you're happy, man, like you can always close it and look for new entries, man. Like it depends on what you prefer. At the funding rates, I'm not sure if it's on futures, but if it's on futures though, you have to be careful because the funding rates are getting very expensive. Okay, gold, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Just look at the volume as well, right? Like, is there still volume here? Yeah, there is still some volume here. It's starting to get in right now. So we're gonna wait till the London closure. Alexander says you're correct about gaming industry, but keep in mind that all projects need a bridge to connect also in between. And that bridge is exactly what I'm invested in as well. So you have these oracles as well, of course, that are building and are really good. I cannot throw too many projects around, but I would say have a look at Beam. Okay, Beam. Have a look at the MMORPG. It's called Domi Online. Do your own research. But I'm just saying. Immutable X, of course, is also one. Axie Infinity, I mean, I don't know, man. It's the hype of Axie. I think it's, you know, I don't see too much of new development there where I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. I think there are a couple games that are going to take over right now. I think there are a lot of games out there that were in development mode 3 years ago in the last run that are now actually getting released and are now actually gaining that traction as well here. With a great marketing team behind them and stuff as well. Yeah, it's definitely happening. Okay, we're still pushing. 247.4. This is our last shot here. So our last break at least. For me at least, personally. That last closure. The value area low? Crazy. Okay. I do want to do some sort of giveaway today though. and give away access to our V3. So that means if you're in right there, that you will be the first actually to, you know, to hear about the LTA concepts and stuff before we go public with it. So you're going to be the, you know, the first. So yeah, if you're already in, you get your money back. Okay, it costs $97 lifetime, not monthly, lifetime. Just to get in our group. I still want to give it away though, today. I still want to do something like that here, okay? And the reason why is because you guys are degens. Okay, you guys are sticking on the stream. And our patience as well. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's good stuff. Bro, I can smell your cologne through my screen. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. Why is gold not falling when the dollar index is pushing? Yeah, the dollar is pushing now indeed. The dollar is starting to push up here because it's not just the dollar, it's also the 10-year yield. It's let's say a combination of both this week. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's very heavily correlated to gold. Other times it's correlated to the 10-year yield. The 10-year yield is still chilling. And I think that's also the main reason why gold is also just hanging tight, sitting tight here. At the same time, buyers are literally protecting the 247 and sellers are literally selling from the 250. So it's a battle. It's literally a double-edged sword right now. There is a battle going on between the sellers and buyers at this particular moment, between the 250 and 247 here. Okay. ZY says, are you still in Bali? If yes, where do you hang out usually? Hope one day I can see you. Hey man, you could say that I'm still in the Canggu area, okay, right now. So it's not, it's where everyone lives, practically everyone lives. So, you know, usual stuff, okay? La Brisa maybe is interesting to go there sometimes as well. We have a couple nice places there. It's not in, yeah, it's not in Canggu itself. It's around it. It's a little bit around it, but you know, not that far away. I stayed in Brawa last 10 days. Nice. Busy, but nice. Umelas, nice. Now I'm sitting at, it's called Perananan. Anyways. Perananan area. Okay. Let's do the giveaway, fam. Let's make it happen here. I really appreciate you guys being patient with us here. Like I said before, you know, I think we have taken a new trade every day of the week. This week and last week, except today. Today I was like, no, I have to be patient today. I cannot force anything. And I'm happy I did it because otherwise I would probably be stopped out here. So sometimes it's good to know when to trade. Sometimes it's good to know when not to trade and when to take action and look for trades here. I'm still in the queue. in the waiting process here. So if the volume increases a little bit before the London Open, it will be amazing. But yeah, regardless, let's do the giveaway here. Let me set it up right now. And I just want to highlight one more time that on the like next month, all right, the end of next month here, we will fully release our playbook. And it's just an incredible, it's a new system, okay? And I think I've proven right now enough that it's fucking crazy. I'm just saying. So we're gonna release this first in our Discord, and then after that we will start talking about it on YouTube. And you know, I'm just warming you guys up also on the stream, of course, you know, explaining it on a day-to-day basis here. But you know, like we have been winning pretty good the last like 2 weeks since we came back on stream again. So we started streaming again on YouTube. Last 3 weeks now. So for that reason, I'll just do these giveaways now sometimes where, you know, just give away the access already. So you're in the queue, you're in. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. Let's make that happen here. And I'm really enjoying the live streams. I'm really enjoying it again. I mean, just take consideration that I have done around 200 and something live streams in the last year. Since 2023, yeah, end of 2022, 2023. So there was constant grind. But now with this like playbook and everything that we have, like a clear structure for everyone, a winning strategy, winning approach, guidance and everything on stream, tracked. I think that, hey, like now we have something special. We have something special. And I was like, how should I call this hybrid concept built around volume and price? Because it's non-existent. The way we look at it, I have not seen this before. Yeah, people use the volume profile sometimes. I get it, right? You know, but there is not a clear structure and system here. Like I'm not the inventor. I'm not an engineer. I'm not come up with like, you know, a completely new thing that does not exist. I'm just saying that the hybrid that I'm building, I have not found this on YouTube, and I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. The exact trading approach. So I feel that I can finally bring, after a year and a half of streaming, after 7 years of trading, I can finally feel, or the feeling that I can bring something new to the table, and that I'm able to share it with you guys, and that's extremely fulfilling. So I'm extremely happy to be back on the live streams again, on the day-to-day basis, execute trades, win, and just have fun. So yeah, thank you. Just wanted to say that. Now let's just set up the giveaway here. You don't have to spam. Just talk in the chat. You don't have to say anything. Okay, just talk in the chat here. You only get one chance as well, right? It's not that you chat more and you're gonna make more. The chance you win is bigger. It's not how it works. Okay. Press the W and only say it once. Like if you do it more, you get deleted. Okay? So you can't spam. Spamming will not work. Spamming will actually delete you from the chance of winning. Okay? We're not here to gain as many chat messages as possible. We're here to just give away a nice product. So it's just like, one time is enough, okay? In the meantime, gold is still really trying to hold above that 247 level. On the 1 minute, you can see clearly that it has been just a very static range right now. Whereas on the 15 minute, you can see, or the 1 hour, you can see that we're clearly trying to hold below the 248. And that's the most interesting part for me. It's the fact that we're holding below the 248 for a long period of time. Because that has to do with the previous ranges. But for a trade, I mean, you're going to see an hourly closure now. Volume is going to come in now. If you close above it now, then again, nothing. If you close below the 247 or the 246.3, then it starts to get very interesting to look for continuation to the downside. So yeah, for now I remain very neutral. The dollar is absolutely going up like crazy at the moment. The 10-year yield is still stagnating, however. So in case you're wondering what's happening with gold while the dollar is moving up, the 10-year yield is your answer right there. Okay. So fantastic, fam. Let's roll the dice already once. And let's give away access to our to the LTA Concepts future upgraded Limitless Trading Academy server, Discord server. Okay, you need to be in our Discord. You need to have liked this video, and you have to be subscribed. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. In the meantime, I thank you all for joining daily live streams and everything that you guys are doing. I think we're like one of the fastest growers right now. I'm not joking. Like, it's really wild. It's really wild. Okay. Let's go, fam. Let's make it up in here. Let's roll the dice here. The winner is Samu Frata. Okay, congratulations. Let me know if you're here, my man. Let me see if I can find you. Cool. Okay, amazing, man. Make sure you open a Discord customer support ticket. You can find it in our Discord below, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, a lot of tickets, so you know it can take some time, but we will get back to you. Okay, thank you very much, bro. Let's do one more. Okay, one more. Let's make it happen. One more time. Look at that guy. Unor V, man. Unor, if I'm saying that correct, congratulations, my friend. Okay. Let me know if you're here. You are here. I see you. Okay. Same thing for you, bro. Open a customer support ticket. We will get back to you. Okay. Requires a little bit of patience. It's very busy. But we'll get it sorted. Okay. We'll add you to the to our private group here. All right. Congrats. For the rest, fam. We're doing this on a day-to-day basis here. If you're already in our V3, you get your money back as well. Everything will be sorted as well here. But hey, the hourly close. There is not much volume right now happening here. We try to pay attention to a potential reversal play, or maybe even if we came down there, a manipulation play to the upside again. That all depends on what happened below. But this is just too much of stagnation here. I am happy with how I traded today, and which is no trade. I'm actually quite happy with it. You know, I followed my rules here. Overall, this big range, we were right in the center of a big range. We had liquidity on both sides here. The dollar was still at its support. Overall, for me, there was just a no trading zone, even though we take trades every single day. Yeah, you can't just force it sometimes. Sometimes it's best to know when not to trade here. So, yeah, again, guys, we're going to be back. Okay. We're going to be back shortly here. Keep a very close eye on the 247, 246. And the dollar is starting to make a little bit of a move here right now. Okay. And we have the hourly closure. The only reason why we're moving now is because the hourly closure here. And yeah, wait, no, let's give it 5 minutes. Let's give it 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's see. Can trading signals destroy your trading career? Following signals can absolutely demolish, completely destroy you. Okay, if you don't know why somebody's entering, or you have not even interest in somebody's strategy, and you just follow somebody based upon trust or faith, then I highly recommend you to just not do it. Okay, at least want you to make sure that you understand how somebody trades, what his track records are maybe, or what his strategy is, and build some trust from there. I think that is by far the most important. So don't try to force anything at all when trading. I don't think that makes yeah, too much sense as well. So that's why I'm always saying to you guys, also when I take a trade here, like don't just take a trade because I'm taking a trade, just take a trade because you understand why I'm taking a trade, and you kind of get it, and you kind of think for yourself that that makes sense, right? Don't take a trade because you think that I'll just take a trade and I'll just follow what he does because he is big and he has people watching him, so he's probably right. Just do what makes you feel right and based on your analysis here. And if it aligns, you have a double confirmation. You have a double confirmation, and that could be beneficial. Okay? I'm going to leave it by that, fam. Okay, I don't see things happening. I don't see breakout happening here. I gave it enough time to wait and sit on our hands to look for an entry. But this is like an hour or two of like consolidation here. Okay, keep a very close eye though on it. Be careful, be careful. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. The growth has been absolutely ridiculous. The LTA concepts is coming. You know, I'm just extremely satisfied and happy, and the streams are extremely enjoyable. And that this makes sense if you win. Of course, it makes sense if you win. No, I'm joking. I'm really, really enjoying it, guys. And I want to thank you with the bottom of my heart, okay? Have a great day, fam. All right, good luck. And if you made some money regardless today, congrats. If you lost some, I hope you learned something. It's always good to look and reflect and come back. But most importantly, write your fucking shit down right there. And you will get it sorted, okay? It's like learning a new language. If you want to learn a new language, you write down these words and you go over it, okay? Same thing for trading. Reflect in the weekends and write it down during the week, okay? That's something that I would do. I'm just saying, okay? Thank you guys so much, man. Have a great day. I'm going to see you guys very, very soon again. Let's crush the lives, just keep making money, and most importantly, like a little bit wiser, a little bit better. And I hope you found your community, all right? See you. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.